My guest, Tasha Ghouri, has made history as Love Island's first ever deaf contestant. And since then, she's used her profile to make a real-life impact, using social media to educate others on deaf accents. And Tasha joins me now, and good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
Because what you go on to say in that video is, I'm not even sure I'm going to post this, but if I do, I'll be really proud of myself.
Absolutely.
What was that moment like when you decided to go share?
It was nerve-wracking. It was definitely, showing a vulnerable part of myself. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it and speaking for the whole deaf community as well, not just for myself. And it was definitely scary, but I'm so glad I did it and I don't regret it because the response was just incredible. It really was amazing. And you only live once, right? So I just thought, I might as well embrace myself fully.
And what have been the comments? What sort of things have you heard?
Honestly, every single comment has just been, thank you for representing the deaf community. It's amazing that you've shared this part. And I think the timing-wise, I could have done it when I came out of the show, but I wasn't ready to. I wasn't ready to share that part of me just yet.
Well, you shared an awful lot anyway.
Yeah.
It's very exposing, isn't it? I mean, you knew what you were doing when you went onto Love Island. Yeah. But is there just a... It's almost like sort of, when people do, things without makeup or whatever, there's a vulnerability, isn't there, in all of us that we don't want to necessarily always show.
Exactly. And it just felt like in that time, I thought, I even said to Andrew, I was like, why don't I just go for it and just see what happens and just start normalising deaf accents?
And, I do wonder whether, of course, you've been with Andrew since you met. Is this from Love Island? Is this you guys in Love Island? Is this, I think, it might be your final day on the show.
It is.
And you've been together ever since. And he's actually got a tattoo, hasn't he? That reflects sort of how proud he is of you. I don't know if we can see it and you can explain what it is.
It's basically ASL saying, I love you. So it's like this in ASL, it's American Sign Language. And it's got a Cochlear implant wrapped around it. And he literally came home and surprised me with it. And I thought, what?
It's the most incredible symbol of support, isn't it?
It is.
Do you think that, sort of coming out of Love Island, we hear it time and time, it can be quite a strange world that you come out into, but coming out with Andrew and staying with him and being together, and then him doing that, do you think that's been part of your journey to what happened, the viral video that has obviously brought you here today?
Absolutely. His support's been incredible and he really loves me for me, and I think that really helps me to be my vulnerable self. And, he said it's OK to be who you are and not everyone's going to love you and that's OK, but as long as you're doing what you love. And I'm so passionate about making the best out of my platform that I love making other people find their confidence and find their happiness within themselves.
Well, and you give a lot of happiness to all your followers, but also you're a dancer, aren't you, essentially? And didn't you entertain Queen Camilla and a group of other people with the brilliant Johannes? I mean...
I know!
Johannes and Camilla in the same room. You've got two of the greatest queens in the world in the same room. So tell us a bit about this moment. This was earlier this month, I think, or earlier this year.
So basically, I did ambassador for Prince's Trust as Royal Voluntary Service, and Queen Camilla basically came, and I basically literally did a tap dance class in front of her. She was probably this close. I was literally tap dancing. I was literally in my head thinking, what is happening in my life? Like, what? And even Johannes, I absolutely am a big fan of him. I was fangirling, I love Strictly, and we even got, doing Strictly poses together. I was like, oh, my God, I'm living my dream right now. It was just amazing, and to hear the voluntary, their stories, it was just incredible. It was an amazing day. Really
and, you are now part of a new generation, aren't you? And I say generation, in quite a broad... There's a sort of three of you. But, I'm sure there's more. But, obviously, Rose Ayling, you talk about Strictly. That was an incredible moment. And, in fact, that moment won the moment of the year, didn't it, when the whole music went silent and everybody understood what Rose was experiencing in that moment. And that must have been incredible for someone like you to watch.
Absolutely. She's probably the first person where I can actually go on TV and look up to someone. I never had that growing up. And Rose was the first person to break that. So it's incredible to have that moment happen, because I feel like ever since that, TV programmes have been so much more accessible.
And even on Gladiators, which has come back recently, Fury has got the same cochlear implant. Yeah. And wasn't it right? Because you see, look, and is that a picture there with... Can you see it? I can't see it clearly.
I can see it, yeah.
But isn't that what somebody said to you, that actually I've started putting my hair up as a girl, some of the responses you've had? Just explain that.
Yes, I get messages pretty much every day saying, thank you, because of you, I have the confidence to wear my hair up or even to be open about it. And I think having those messages goes to show how important our voices are in this industry, in this generation nowadays, especially with social media. And it's just so wholesome, and it means a lot because that's what I really want to do, is just really help people out there.
And can I ask you, do you hear a difference in your own voice from... Because obviously you've got your implant in now, as we're talking, but say you do take it off to rest it, to recharge it and so on. And so as the video that we were showing, if Stuart can show it again, our director, we'll just take a look at it again. So you're talking here. Can you hear a difference in your voice from the way you're speaking now to what you hear yourself doing in that video?
No. So when I have my implant in, I can obviously hear I'm quite... but obviously you hear my voice, like quite high pitched. When I take it out, I feel like more like a vibration, like from my throat. But I can't hear how loud I'm speaking or what tone it is. But I do feel like it's deeper because I can feel it from vibration, that goes a lot deeper. And it's quite interesting because as soon as I put it back on, it just goes back to like my normal voice, like not my normal voice, but it's just quite interesting how it's so different.
Right, and do you think that there is still a stigma in a way, which is why you put the video out there, to normalising what you call as the deaf accent?
Absolutely, because whilst I was on the show, I actually had a lot of ableism about my voice, and not many people understood why I spoke the way I did. And that's
on
why...
Love Island,
yes.
People were criticising the way you sounded?
Yeah, a lot of it.
Gosh.
That's probably the main trolling that I got from it. There's TikToks being made about my voice, taking a mick out of it.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so that's why when I came out, I was still kind of accepting, coming to terms with that.
Gosh.
And that's why I felt this was the right time to actually explain why my voice may sound different. So...
High five, girl.
You're
amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Right, and 2 fingers up to all those people. I was gonna say that, it's hard to... Anyway, I'm appalled that you had to face that, but I am thrilled for you.
Thank you.
And say hello to Andrew from us as well. And I know Love Island's on at the moment, but, you know, who do you want to win, just quickly?
OK. Molly and Tom.
Molly and Tom, there you go, lovely. For all the Love Island fans out there, we got that in too. Thanks so much, you're amazing. Thanks, Tasha.